Okay, so step number 1 is make sure you recruit and hire the right people. That takes starting with the end in mind. So what does that mean? A lot of people just hire based on skill set, forgetting that, you got to really think about a year from now, how will you know you've hired the right person? What are the top 3 things they would have accomplished, for example? Then, during the interview, you'll be able to reverse engineer your questions to make sure that what they have can actually translate into performing what you need. So then another thing that's important is make sure you select based on your values and your vision. Because you could have the perfect person as far as skill set, but if they have a bad attitude, they can definitely ruin a team. So, and then lastly, very few companies actually check references, and that is so key. Because these days, everybody has figured out how to tell you what you want to hear. So how will you know what they tell you in the interview is actually who they are? And yes, they give you references that'll speak well about them, but this is what you do. You ask them, what is the thing that you could improve on the most during the interview? And then you say, what did others say about that? Now you call the reference and you ask them what could they improve upon, and they'll say, can't think of anything. And you say, well, let me tell you what they said. They said they could improve here, and they said other people said they could improve here. Now what do you think about that? And it's almost like a miracle. They start talking, and all of a sudden, after, when you call the next reference and the next reference, you'll see a pattern, and then you can consciously make a choice. Now, as far as recruiting people, when I started my company, I didn't have, the big deep pockets. I'm like, how am I going to get qualified people without having millions to hire them? Well, there's such a term called the unemployable experts. And what that means is there's a lot of seasoned executives that either don't want to work for someone as an employee because they're into it for the bigger picture, or, there's a lot of people that they're considered to be overqualified, or the companies just don't employ because they're wanting someone in their 20s, yet they have an incredible amount of expertise and they're very affordable. And so that's a market that you could definitely go after if you don't have the big bucks and you really are looking for the big expertise.